So I'm out for a little afternoon hike. Zack is out in town running some errands. I'm at the Green Gulch Trail in Dewey, Arizona. This is part of the Prescott National Forest. It's a nice little trail, super close to our house, or to our van. So for training, I've been trying to do at least, a few miles, but do it every day. I've been kind of missing the mark on that. I'd like to be doing some bigger miles right now, but just have other stuff going on. I do have some plans going forward. Next weekend, we're actually volunteering at a hot air balloon festival. I'm gonna be on the balloon crew. I'm pretty excited about that. And the weekend after that, that's some cat poo. The weekend after that, we are going to be hiking down in Phoenix on the Superstition Ridgeline Trail, which is 10, 12, 14 miles, something like that. But like 4,000 feet of elevation gain. So that should be fun. I've done a few trips in the Superstitions lately, and it's been really fun, really beautiful. We've had some rain in the last month or so, so there's actually water in the creeks. We went swimming when we were there last time. It was just beautiful. So very excited to spend some more time in the Supes. I generally try to stay away from Phoenix, but the Supes are worth it.
Let's start off with the most obvious thing about a backpacker. The backpack. Mine is a Waymark Gear Light 50 liter. It's a frameless pack, so it's just one big floppy roll top bag with some pockets on the sides and a big mesh pocket on the front. It also has a really nice big hip belt pocket. It fits my cell phone and a bunch of other stuff. Next thing we'll talk about is my tent. I have this big Agnes HVUL1. It's a one-person tent, so it's pretty small. It's tapered, so it's wider at the top, and it's narrower where your feet go. It's got tons of pockets, which are amazing. The main body is mesh, and then the rainfly goes on over it. One of the things that I really like about this tent, too, is that it's freestanding. I used to have a trekking pole tent, but I got caught in a big storm and my whole tent collapsed. And at that point, I decided I'm getting a freestanding tent. Inside my tent goes my sleeping pad. I will be starting with a Thermarest Z-Lite closed cell foam pad. This is pretty basic, it's just a foam pad that folds up like an accordion. Part of the reason why I'm choosing to start with this one is because the desert has lots of pokey things. And my inflatable pad, I'm a little bit scared for it. So I'm starting with this pad and we'll see how it goes. It's pretty thin and it's not that warm. And it's actually heavier and bigger than my other pad, but it's fail-proof. My other pad, if it gets a hole in it, It's kaput. Another part of my sleep system is my quilt. I have an Enlightened Equipment Revelation 10-degree quilt. It is made from down fill, compresses down into a very small little stuff sack. It's super warm. This Bad Larry can unzip all the way and just be a nice blanket. Or if you zip up the quarter zipper and attach all the snaps and the straps, you basically just have a nice little cocoon of a sleeping bag. So I like the versatility of that. Depending on what the weather is, I have options. I also will be taking a Sea to Summit inflatable pillow. Packs down to nothing. I think it weighs 2 ounces, so it just makes me a little bit more comfortable. Next, let's talk about clothing. So my everyday hiking outfit will be this REI sun hoodie. It's got sun protection, and because I am super fair-skinned and really bad about putting sunscreen on, I figured a hood would be the best option to keep myself covered. It also has long sleeves with the thumb hole, which ends up covering most of my hand. I'll also be wearing a pair of shorts that I've had for years. I think they're Champion brand, and wearing some ex officio underwear. They are quick drying and odor resistant. I will be bringing 2 pairs of those. I'll also have a basic sports bra that I got from Target or somewhere. For socks, I will have 2 pairs of hiking socks, which are darn tough. For shoes, I will be rocking the Ultra Olympic 4, and I will also have some Dirty Girl gaiters. I'll also be bringing some of these Injinji toe sock liners. They're really thin, but they fit like a glove. They go over your toes, and they're really good for preventing blisters or hot spots between your toes. And for colder weather, I will be bringing a pair of pants. These I got from REI. They are quick drying, sun protective, and water resistant, so I'm not sure if they'll make good rain pants or not, but we'll see how that goes. I will have this Columbia fleece that I got secondhand. It is probably my favorite piece of clothing for everyday life. It's super comfortable and lightweight. I'll also be bringing this REI puffy coat. Super warm, has a nice hood, and packs down pretty small. For rain gear to start with, I'm just going to be bringing a raincoat. This one I think is Marmot brand, and it does have the pit zips, the zippers in your underarms to give you some ventilation. Continuing with the cold weather gear, I will have this pair of gloves. I think they're from North Face. And I have this turtle fur ear warmer, which I've had forever, but it's really comfy and keeps you nice and warm. And I don't really like hats. I have just a basic baseball cap and some sunglasses. The only other thing that I'll be bringing as far as clothing is my sleeping clothes. I had planned on investing in some merino wool base layer clothing to wear for sleeping, but they're really expensive, so I'm just bringing a pair of leggings that I have that are cotton and a t-shirt. And then my other part of my sleep clothing is a pair of Sacred sleeping socks. These are also darn tough. They're a little bit thicker and warmer. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck. Next, let's take a tour of the kitchen. All of my food and cooking gear will live inside this big blue bag. It is a Z-Packs food bag. It is made out of Dyneema, which is a nice, strong, but very light material. My stove that I'm bringing is this little guy. It's an MSR Pocket Rocket 2. You just attach it to the gas canister and then you have a stove. I'll be bringing this little pot. It is a Tokes brand titanium pot. It is very lightweight. Comes with this little lid and the fold-out handles. I'll have a nice collapsible cup, and I have a collapsible spork. All of this stuff, I guess except for the stove, fits in this orange bag that the pot came with. I'll also have a microfiber cloth just for cleaning out my pot after I use it. The water filter that I'm bringing is the Sawyer Squeeze. It's super easy to use. You just screw it onto whatever you've collected water in, and you can filter the water right through it, or you can just drink straight out of it. The filter fits onto these smart water bottles, and it also fits onto my 2-liter Scenic water bladder. Well, that about wraps it up for my gear. Over the last few years, I've dialed in my gear, added in things, removed things, and replaced things. I believe my base weight is somewhere around 18 pounds. It's not the lightest, but I feel comfortable with what I have. Time will tell if that will change. We are leaving Arizona on our way to California. This is happening.